Good morning, my fellow Nigerians. Good morning, patriots. For a very long time now, we have been talking about Nigeria. We've been discussing all issues that borders on politics and leadership and the direction which the country is going. I would like to start with the issue of agitations across the country, being it the IPOB Biafra agitation or the Sunday Igboho-led Odua Nation agitations by the Yorubas. Yes, I do acknowledge that there are a lot of problems that we are facing in the country vis-a-vis leadership and what is also responsible for all these agitations right now. I do know there are a lot of issues which people are pained, they are angry, they are frustrated for what is happening in the country. And I also do recognize that Nigeria has so much potential and we deserve better than what we are getting from our leaders or from the people in the government of this country. Having said all this, the problem now comes to what is the way forward, or how do we make Nigeria better. I do appreciate all the angers and the struggle of most Nigerians who are very angry right now. But where I have problem is the notion that splitting the country will bring about solution to all these problems. And that is where our differences lies, in our opinion. For me, I'm totally not in I'm not in support of secession or breakup of the country. Yes, it is true that things are not going the way we want it, but I'm of the opinion that splitting the country into fragments does not bring that desired, does not necessarily mean that will be the solution. Yes, people refer to during our regional system, or the time when Nigeria was being governed regionally. I want us to understand that that time is different from now. The leaders we had that time are more patriotic, they are more service-oriented, they are more dedicated to their philosophy and ideology. But what we have right now across Nigeria are different set of leaders that only think primarily about themselves alone. So, and that is where the problem lies. It is not because we have a one Nigeria way, because we have 36 states plus Abuja, that is now causing all these problems. No, it is the lack of good leadership, leaders with the plight of the masses in their heart. We don't have such leaders now, and that is what is responsible for this bad governance. Now, if you say that when you divide the country, okay, the question is, who are going to be the leaders of those new nations? Are they not going to be within us still from those different regions? Because it does not make any sense to me if right now we cannot hold our governors accountable, we cannot make our governors from our individual states to do the right thing for the masses. And we're now talking of breaking up the country into sub-regions. These leaders from these regions also will still not be answerable to the people of that region, unless you have leaders who are actually democratic, who are sincere, who are patriotic, who are humane enough to do the things that the people, the citizens, desire them to do. So my challenge right now is that why is it not possible right now for those leaders or for us from those agitating regions to first call our leaders, either political leaders or administrative leaders, to account? Let us make them accountable to us first. And once we are able to do this, I think we will now have the moral ground to say, okay, we want to succeed. What I mean is that if our governors cannot come together, like for instance in the Western region, let the governors form a development commission or agenda to develop the entire Western region. Let them have one ideology, let them have one vision for the Western region. Let their governance style, let it be different from others. What I'm saying precisely is, for instance, let us have local government that is free and fair, local government election that is free and fair, where you can have multi-parties, governing those local government. For instance, as we have APC in Ekiti State, let the election into the local government elections, let it be free and fair, in which you can have an ABGA candidate who win a local government in Ekiti State. Let's have a YPP candidate that wins one local government, PDP wins some local government. Then in a free and fair environment, let us organize our election without sharing money. Let us win these elections without paying for those votes. These are the things I think the citizens of the Western region should first demand of their leaders. And once we are able to achieve such feat, then we should be able to set ourselves apart and demand for a secession. Let our National Assembly representatives, let them be more proactive, let them be more contributory to the development of our region. For instance, if the money that they are receiving from National Assembly or the allowances, can they come together and say, okay, we're going to set aside so percentage of our earnings, of our allowances, to contribute to the development of a Western region? Can we achieve that? Because it is no brainer to say that the money these people are earning or taking from National Assembly as allowances is just humongous. It's just too much. Everybody knows that. So has our leaders, our political leaders in the Southwest, can they come together and at least set themselves apart? Once we can achieve this and we start to develop ourselves, we can now say, okay, maybe there are other things that is not making us make progress, or the kind of progress that is expected because we are in a federation. Then we can agitate. But as long as we are still doing the same politics, dirty politics of you are enemy, because you are my opponent, you become my enemy, we can't get anywhere. All these agitations is just a gimmick, it's just a pretext, it's just to set us against each other. There is nothing to it. There is no justification for it. And there is no way we can achieve that because the present constitution still does not permit such thing. Forget about all these lies about the United Nations Charter and whatever, so declaration that the right to self-determination. Look, it is relative. That one has nothing to do with Nigerians' situation. Some people say we are being made slave. Some people say they are born to rule and all those things. Look, these things are just to heat up the polity. You have a constitution that says you cannot do self-determination. You cannot agitate to secede. It is actually termed as treason. So unless you change that law, you cannot just stand up and start agitating. And with this agitation, how far will it even take you? Let us even look at it in a practical term. Because if you say the North or the Hausa Fuladins, whatever, as you normally say, that they are the one controlling Nigeria, they are this and that, and okay, how do you now stop them? If you say you want to agitate, you want to secede, are you saying that the Northeast is not going to join the Northwest and North Central to fight you? Eh? Are you going to be fighting only the Hausa Fulanis? Are you not going to be fighting, or are you actually believing that the Middle Belt are ready to be on their own? It's all lies. The Middle Belt are not ready to say they want to be on their own. They are not. All those people that you go and sit down with and say you are sitting down a Middle Belt Forum, they are talking of secession. It's all lies. They don't have, they are guys that don't hold water. They don't have followers. They may have crisis in the Middle Belt. They may have crisis in the Northwest. But it does not come to the extent of them saying they want to separate. They are not going to separate from the North. What binds them is more than what divides them. What unites them is more than what divides them, what separates them. That's what I want you people to understand. So, the way forward is for us first to have our own political, set an example of good democracy in Southwest. If we achieve that, there will be progress. All these our governors, all they want is the next. It is all the politicians. It is just a matter of they have made it a career. It is a business. If you are a local government chairman, from local government, they want to go to the State House of Assembly. From State House of Assembly, they want to be governor. From governor, they want to be president, or they want to be senator. Or from senator, they want to come to governor. From governor, they are looking at how to become president. They are not thinking about how to add value to the nation, how to add value to the people. They are not thinking about the vision for the country. They are just having a vision for themselves, for their own achievement. So that is the thing. And that is what needs to change. Now, what other thing I actually want us to do is to make it possible for a classroom teacher to be able to participate in electioneering system, contest election, and actually win. Is that possible right now? Are you going to blame the federal government for that? Are you going to blame the fact that we are in one country with 36 and 37 states for that? Why can't we do that one in our state? Let the buying of the form, obtaining the form for the office, let it be accessible to everybody, rich or poor. Let a class teacher, let a school headmaster be able to contest for governorship election. Can we do that? I think that is what we should be thinking about. That is when you have more credible people that will come into the politics, into this politics and contest election. But when you set the goal so high that to obtain a form to become a senator, you have to have about how many millions or billions of naira before you can contest election? How can such election yield good result? How can such person, after winning the election, how can that person be more accountable to the people? Because he has spent so much money. So it is only for the highest bidder now. And that is the problem. That is the problem. This has nothing to do with being a Nigeria in one Nigeria, or one House of Fulani is controlling you or enslaving you. It's all lies. Let us look inwards. Let's build our home, from grassroots. Let's do the right thing first. Let's hold our people from our locality. Let us hold them responsible for development of our region, of our town, of our villages, of our local governments. If we cannot achieve that, how can you now be looking up to a president to now be accountable to you? When your own local chairman cannot be accountable to the people, the House of Rep member cannot be accountable to the people, the Senate member cannot be accountable to the people, the governor is not accountable to the people. You cannot challenge a governor. You don't have access to the books. You don't even know how they implement their budget. You don't know how much they spend. So these are the problems that we need to first tackle before we will now start to talk about, okay, we need to set ourselves apart. We need to separate from this lot called Nigeria. That is my opinion as far as agitation is concerned. Thank you very much. I will be posting more videos on other issues like banditry and insecurity in the country next time. Thank you. Have a great day. May Nigeria succeed.